Hello everybody, welcome back to Strategic Command Paradox Game of Playing, and it's time to launch a new campaign. And I've been eyeing this D-Day to Berlin one. Starting at the D-Day, 6th of June. And as we can see here, the victory conditions for a Allied decisive victory is to hold Berlin, Rome, Warsaw, Paris, London, Moscow, Washington by the 7th of May 1945. You can also get an Allied tactical victory if you hold the same positions after the 1st of January 1946. However, if you fail to do so by 8th of May 1946, it will result in an Axis tactical victory. So you could play this one as the Axis as well, and just try to hold out until 8th of May 46. Now I'm gonna try that as the Allies and go for the decisive victory, of course. So that means we only have 1 year to do that, and I think that's pretty hard actually, because the turns are seasonal, so you don't have a lot of turns. I don't know exactly how many turns you got. We're just gonna go with the Allies and no, not adding anything. So we start out holding Rome on June 6th. So we need to take Paris from the Normandy landings. And then we need to get the Soviets going. And then we'll have to take Warsaw. And then we'll see if we can race to Berlin. Sub-spotting in the North Atlantic. Anyway, soldiers, sailors, and airmen of the Allied Expeditionary Force, the eyes of the world are upon you. The hopes and prayers of liberty-loving people everywhere march with you. In company with our brave allies and brothers in arms on other fronts, you will bring about the destruction of the German war machine, the elimination of Nazi tyranny over the oppressed people of Europe, and security for ourselves in a free world. Your task will not be an easy one. Your enemy is well-trained, well-equipped, and battle-hardened. He will fight savagely. I have full confidence in your courage and devotion to duty and skill in battle. We will accept nothing less than full victory. Dwight D. Eisenhower. And as we start out, we have some Soviet units that we need to place. Let me just zoom out a little bit. This is a great overview, but let me just put those units in. I'm gonna go with this area here, because Warsaw is really close. If you can push in this way, take Warsaw, then Berlin is really not that far away either. But we are relying on the Soviets for this one, and the Soviets are not as strong as they were in my own playthrough, obviously. So we're in a lot weaker position. Let me just zoom in here. So these are the heavy tanks. Let's just put them right there. Shock army right there. And then medium tanks there. Let me just zoom out again so we can get an overview. As we can see, we got the Allies in Italy. Italy has surrendered, and Rome is in Allied hands. So this area down here is not that important. It will tie up German units. We'll probably stop at the Axis line up here. You could potentially just hold the line on your own and then send the extra units to Europe, thinking that we need them up here. As for the D-Day itself, we could just land in Denmark like we did in the other scenario. Berlin would be really close, but then Paris would be very far away. So I'm gonna go with a landing in Normandy as expected, take Paris, and then maybe we can go two ways. Sorry about that. After that, we could just hold Paris, ship units out and land them in Hamburg area. or we could just try and push for Berlin. But we'll start with the actual landing so we can get that going. On the Eastern Front, I'm gonna go straight for Warsaw. We're gonna push all reinforcements in this area. The south is rather weak. Let me just zoom in on that. If you notice on the research, the Soviets already have infantry weapons level 3. But if you look at the units on the southern front here, they are level 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2. So these are not even upgraded. And the Axis forces opposing me down here are pretty strong as well. So I'm going to take a defensive stand. It would be nice to take out Bucharest, of course. But that's not going to be a priority. Priority will be Warsaw and Berlin. The units up here are mostly upgraded. There's one here, for example, that is not upgraded at all. The 70th Army. The one behind that is only level 1. So there's a little bit of micromanagement going on there with getting all the units up to speed. Up here, the Germans are also pretty strong, and I'll try to break through at Bryansk and take Minsk from behind that, and also push in through Polotsk down to Minsk that way. The idea is to tie up all the units up here so that they can't defend Warsaw and Berlin further down. In the far north, it's pretty much waste to have 3 armies taking Narva, I think. I'll just leave one behind and ship these armies down. Finland is not really important. I will swap out the army and put in a corps instead and just hold the line here. That was the overview. We have some units over here in America, some armies, some army corps, and we are going to ship them across right away. Actually, we have a limited amount of points: 225 for Britain, 350 for USA, and 325 for the Soviets. So in the beginning of the game, points will be sparse, and we have to allocate them where we really need them, which is here, not in Italy. So if we take a look at the enemy units opposing us, the first thing I noticed is that we have a couple of harbors. We have Cherbourg and we have Le Havre. These 2 harbors will be extremely important to be able to ship units in and out quickly. There's no enemy units right here in front of the First Army, so we can get more or less a free landing. And then we have 2 garrisons here which are weak. Sorry. And then we have the Le Havre coastal gun, which is pretty potent. I will try to keep away from that to start with, and to focus the landing around Caen area. And Paris is really close to that. So let's see what we got unit-wise. The 1st US Army here, and also the 1st Tank Army. We have the 5th Corps, Bradley headquarters. And then on the shore over here we have the 101st Airborne and the 82nd. So that means we got 3, 4, 5 American units that we can land in the first wave, plus the headquarters. And the rest will follow. We have a couple of tanks, 2 more tanks, the 3rd and the 6th, and also the 7th Corps, that we can ship over in the next wave. As for the British, we have the 2nd Army, the 1st Corps, the 1st Tanks Canadian, and the Dempsey headquarters ready to ship out, plus the 6 paratroopers. So that'll be 4 units plus the headquarter that we can ship out immediately, and we have several units ready to go. 30 Corps, the Canadian headquarter, Canadian 2nd Corps. We have the 1st Tanks, the Montgomery headquarter, the 2nd Corps, the 1st Polish, and the 5th Corps. So lots of units that can ship in once the first waves have landed. We have several bombers at our disposal. The US have 2 tacticals and 1 medium, plus a fighter unit to support. And then the British also have 2 tacticals. Up here we have strategic bombers as well, and 2 fighter units of the Royal Air Force. Plenty of ships. I don't expect the naval war to be of any problem. I don't think the Germans have much left in June 44. I don't know exactly how much, but they've got some subs. Probably a few surface ships in the Baltics, something like that. Right, so let's start the landing. So what we want to do, we want to see who is in Caen. So we'll drop the first army straight on here. That costs 2 points. And then we can see that we have a German corps here with 8 strength. And what we want to do is we want to beat that up as much as we can before we attack. If we attack right now, we will not have any effect at all. So we're going to use the British bombers here. German interceptors and British escorts. 2 damage each. And 1 to the bombers and 1 to the Caen defenders. Let's do that again. Again, we got escorts, 3 damage, and 2 to the fighters, 1 to the bombers, and the Caen defenders taking 3 damage. That's really important. So if we look again, now we will distribute 1 attack against them. So what I want to do is I want to move up and then make that attack. That concludes the first army's actions. And then we can bring in the tanks, the 1st Tanks USA. Land them here as well. And hopefully we should be able to take out these guys. Yeah, we actually push them out of Caen and then stop. That was unexpected though. I would have thought we had more action points than that. That puts a little bit of pressure on me, because this is exactly where I wanted the Bradley headquarters to land. So that's not gonna happen. Okay. Let's see. My phone is ringing. That's gonna have to wait a little bit. So we got the 5th Corps. I think we'll bring them in. Here. A few landing casualties. And this is where we want to bomb the Cherbourg defenders. 2 damage. One more. 3 damage. And we only got 1. Let's see, do I have more bombers? I've got the tacticals. They are not gonna do anything. No, they're just bombing the town. try the other one. No effect at all. And the last try. No. Okay. So we're gonna have to do this on our own. And of course we get a failed attack. So we're not gonna get Cherbourg this turn. This is not going exactly the way I had hoped. Let's land the second army in town. And push these guys out of the way. Ah, they stop as well. Really? Okay, this is this is really the worst landing I have ever imagined. I can of course attack from the sea, but that will be kind of stupid. So we have the paratroopers. Let's land the British paratroopers over here. Attack the garrison. Now we see we got German armor in the back and an army in Le Mans. Let's take a landing here. And we can actually move up a little bit. Let's move. Oh, I got another attack. That means I could move up here and then bring in the core, this one, Chateau de Havre, and then I could land in the Havre, but that's right next to the coastal gun. I don't want my headquarters to be next to the coastal gun. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna land the 82nd over here. And the 101st. I'm gonna have to land here. And that's it. I got two headquarters that cannot land because I don't have any space for it. We'll just put them in the bay. They're gonna have to land next turn. That was not the best. I would have expected more. So the British, I will prioritize getting more units across the channel. So we want the tanks, I guess. Amphibious transport will cost 80. So they can also land next turn. We got 145 points left. We have the opportunity to pull out an army corps from up here. These guys are not upgraded, are they? No, they're crap. The Canadians are. I think these can all upgrade, can't they? Yeah, mobility. Alright, let's not do that right now. I want troops across, so let's get the Canadians out. And they're ready to go. Amphibious transport, 65. Get this battleship out of the way. Move there. And then we still have 80 points. Let's use them to upgrade our units here. Mobility. Reinforce this one. Upgrade this one with mobility. I don't have the points for that. I need one more point. So that's the end of the British. And then the US, we can ship out the tanks. So this one, amphibious transport, 63. And this one needs to upgrade first. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. This one's good to go. I want long-range amphibious so we can get there in the next turn. That's gonna cost 78. And that's it for the US. The headquarter here can upgrade to mobility. There we go. And that leaves us with 53 points. Now if we go over here, we can start transporting these guys out. How much would that cost? 22. And we can get one more going. Transport. And then just cover them with some destroyers. And a carrier. We still got more units over here, but no points to spend. And then let's head to Italy. Remember, we got no points, so I think we just slowly creep forward. These all need upgrades, reinforcements. Let's put this guy in front. There. Revealing some German units, and the Canadians will go up here. And we'll get the headquarter up. Let's take the port. Move these guys up. And then we'll just move the force up a little bit. Like that. And then the Soviets. They've got more points to spend. What we want to do here is try and upgrade these units down here. Let's move this one back. And move this one back. That's pretty much it. Over here we cannot move the units that we just put in. So let's see, what do we want to do? We want to deal a blow to the heavy tanks, if possible. And we got artillery here. Let's start with them. 1 damage. 1 damage total. Then we'll apply some bombardments from the air. Escorts and ooh, 1 damage as well. Let's get that forward. So they're down to 0 entrenchment. Morale is 17. Still, it's gonna cost a lot. I think we want our own tanks in there. Four damage, but I received 6 myself. Now if we do like this, I might be able to get away with it. Boom. Oh, there goes the Panthers. And then move up. Move up. That's that was okay. We got a couple up here that can take some shots. That didn't work. All right. These guys over here are gonna upgrade. And this one as well. The tanks can upgrade. And then I think we're good here. Further up, we still got 100 points left. These should be more or less upgraded. Yeah, it looks like it. Let me go to the far north then and pull out this. No, let's upgrade this core first. And then I'll just swap them in and out until we got 3 cores here with fully upgraded weaponry. Let's see, the battleship, how much would that cost? 70. That's not going to be this turn. So let's get this guy down. There's no need to try and take Nava because we will eventually come in from the other side. Over here, Pskov is the one that we want to grab. So let's bomb them. Artillery. And bombers. That takes them down to 0 entrenchment, morale 14. Can attack with the shock army. Do this one first. And then the shock army. And then we can bring in this core. Nothing. Fair enough. We'll get Pskov next turn, I think. Because we got 2 armies incoming from up here. Here, we got plenty of rockets. Let's make sure that we get Vitebsk. Bomb Vitebsk. Nice. Yeah, we can take Vitebsk this turn. And then let's sure that we make sure that we take this one out. Just 1 damage. There we go. And move up. Alright, we still have these bombers up here. We're gonna bomb this one. Since we don't have a lot of units here, I'm not going to do anything drastic. Just gonna start chipping off points from this guy. Get some mobility. We have an extra headquarter actually. We have a headquarter here. This is Zhukov. I think I want Zhukov down here. This is where the bulk of the attack is going to come. But I got no more points left, so I can't ship him around. Let's see what we can do down here. Swap out. Attack again. Yeah. Get pushed back. Move in with these guys. Start moving through the Pripyat marshes. Can we swap these guys out? Yes. And I think that's it. Zoom out a little bit. All right. Let's see, we got no points left. Let's just hit the button and see what happens. Soviet morale is boosted by the Allied landing in France. The Soviet morale, yeah, we just saw it move there. Just a tiny bit. Albanian partisans mobilize. French partisans disrupt supply. Hello there. Alright, 1300 for the Soviets. That's quite a lot. They're not going to miss out on points. That's for sure. But it will be interesting to see how the Axis counter my landing in Normandy. Ah, they take the Alpha back. That was a bold move by the Axis. No doubt I'm going to decimate that army corps, but yeah, it was a good move. With Vitebsk taken, we can move further in. They still got Orsha though, and Mogilev. Finish escorts. I will clear my throat for the next episode. It's getting annoying. The usual German bombings. Not very effective though. Damage. Ouch. Ouch. I really need to get my headquarters down there to support. That's gonna be the issue. Take Cherbourg and then expand a little bit so we can get the headquarters in. And that will help a lot. Germans are on the offense in the south. I was expecting that. But will they actually take out my unit? No. But they will take out this one here. Yep. I can't sweat that. Just build it again, keep going. It's the Soviets. That's a lot of Axis units, and they really want to fight. It's a miracle I only lost one unit so far. The Axis tanks seem to be really bad. Oh! Okay. We lost it anyway. Guess I need to put more units in the south just to hold the line. They're really bad. German armor is moving north in France. And they seem to have endless amount of units. Artillery on rail. Is that it? I think so. The Danish Freedom Council calls a general strike to disrupt German communications. And the Japanese invasion of India is defeated at the battles of Kohima and Impal. Japanese pilots begin kamikaze attacks in the Pacific. I haven't seen any of these announcements before because I have ended the war before 1944 in both cases. So mechs and 37th Army destroyed. That's what happens in war. And we get the Guards armored heavy tanks in Bristol. There we go. And some Soviet reinforcements as well. We got rockets. I could use some rockets down here, I guess. I could also use the shock army here. The bombers, though, I want up here. And that's it for the first episode. The Soviets are trying to break in, and we have a smaller landing than I had anticipated, but we've got more coming in. Paris is just around the corner. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.